Man, that coma was pretty nice. What's the date? Oh, wow. Pride Month is here. Maybe I'll make some fun Pride. My OCs! I have to update so many references, not to mention lore. Lore! I have no descriptions written in. Oh god, I feel the time running out already! Ah! Hello, fellow humans. I'm your captain, red_space girl, and welcome to my ship. The improvements are coming along swimmingly thanks to your support for my last video and my general excitement. Pretty good, For artists and OC havers everywhere in the universe, June seems to be the lock-in time. School's just gotten out for most people under the age of 22, and for those under the age of 18, that means a whole bunch of extra time on their hands. And of course, July is just around the corner. July, of course, being the month ArtFight takes place. For those uninitiated, ArtFight is an event where you pick one of two teams and then draw other people's OCs to gain points for your team. Usually the teams have different themes, like teams for 2025 were crystals and fossils. The team with the larger amount of points wins. With this big event coming up, I figured I'd share some of my top tier advice as someone who's been doing ArtFight for a few years. If you're thinking about trying ArtFight this year or tried it years prior and wanted to learn more, this is the video for you. And hey, want to see what I draw during July? Stay tuned, I might have a little video on that as well. Also, there will be a bit of an explanation part at the end, where I get on my ArtFight account and show you, my lovely viewers, how to set up your characters and where to find certain things. So, let's get started. Okay, tip number 1. Not every OC needs a new reference sheet. Now, if you're a new fighter, I understand the pressure. You need to make sure people understand how to draw your OCs, and your style has changed a ton, etc, etc. I had the same issue last year. The difference between 2025 Red Space Girl and you is that you are going to be wise with your time. You don't want to get burnt out before ArtFight even starts, right? So here's what I recommend you do. Write a list of your OCs. Out of these, decide the ones that actually desperately need reference sheets. These are your favorites, the ones you've barely made art of yet, or the old ones you want to revive. I'd say pick somewhere between a top 3 and a top 5. Try to make compelling designs too. I notice those with more interesting designs will tend to be reached for by artists, which, duh. I also recommend putting a little bar for the color palette, so it's easier to color drop from. If you don't understand what I mean just yet, check the ref I'm drawing in a few minutes, you'll see what I mean. If you look in my redesigning OCs video, I did small little circles, but I've realized now this is way easier for everyone involved. For the rest of your OCs, you can just insert any art. Preferably colored if you have it in the reference sheet area. If you have extra time, you can make them reference sheets too, but again, try your best not to burn yourself out. ArtFight is supposed to be fun, and it's not going to feel very fun when it's such a drag to do it. Which brings us to our next tip. Tip number 2, battle stats aren't everything. To explain what I mean, especially for my new fighters, there's a screen that will display a fighter's overall statistics. How many points they've gotten for their team, how many attacks they've made, and whatever else. For future reference, points are earned by the quality of art you've made. For example, a rendered drawing will get more points than a drawing with line art. Now, last year one of my mutuals did a total of 104 attacks, if I'm understanding the stats correctly. This is the work of someone who has fully lost it. Basically what I'm saying is just because you see people trying to challenge themselves and attack an absurd amount of people does not mean you need to do the same. If you want to challenge yourself, perfectly fine, but keep your own health, mental and physical in mind. Having a battle ratio of over 50% is not worth it if you're going to hate what you're drawing. On top of that, if you find an artist you really like but they're on the same team as you, attack them. You may only get half of the points if you attack someone on the same team as you, but who cares? If it looks fun, just do it. Speaking of artists, tip number 3, prohibit attacks on creators. By creators, I mainly mean YouTubers, but also anyone with really big accounts on any social media. Now, when I say prohibit, I don't mean you can't attack any of these creators. I get it, their OCs must be cool for them to have such a massive following, but I don't recommend these being the only people you attack, yeah? I think the thing I find most charming about ArtFight is the way you're able to make friends in a community. Let me tell you a little story. In 2024, I dropped a link to my ArtFight on a few social medias, and I really don't have a whole lot of followers on social media, so I just out of the blue. And just by chance, an account by the name of Starslinger wandered across it and decided to mark me as someone to attack. We had a short chain back and forth, and it was pretty cool. You want to know something else pretty cool about Starslinger? We've been friends ever since, and he was one of the first people to join my long-term D&D campaign. And that is what I think lies at the heart of ArtFight. It's all about making new friends with other artists. As cool as it would be for a big art YouTuber to notice your art, I'd find it way more beneficial for your art to aid in making friends. I hear you asking now, Red, how do I find people on ArtFight? Well, there's a very helpful little Discover section at the top of the ArtFight website. Click on that, you'll get a little drop down, and you'll see all sorts of ways to look for people. You can get a random character or user that you have the option to draw, or you could go through tags. There are all sorts of ways to find new people. Or just scroll through the ArtFight hashtag on any social media. The less likes, the better. If by the end of the month you end up having a lot of fun with certain people and love the art they made, go private message them. ArtFight has a built-in private messaging system, but if you think they won't see it, see if you can find their social media accounts and message them on there. Obviously, check their descriptions to make sure they're okay with interacting with others. If they have nothing there, the worst they can do is turn you down. Please, also, while you're doing this, stay safe. If you get uncomfortable while interacting with someone, stop. That's completely fine. You can go back on, interacting with people. That's so chill. Also, make sure you're leaving comments on pieces that people made of your characters. Tell them how much you love it, how happy you are to see your OC, and whatever else. Let their art feel loved. Tip number 4, which is kind of short. You are allowed to attack as few people as you want. Now, when I get attacked, I usually try to attack the person back. However, this isn't required. If you're too busy or dealing with art block or even just not feeling it, you are allowed to not attack back. On top of that, don't feel bad if an artist doesn't attack you back on a piece that you made. It's not because they're being ungrateful, there's all sorts of reasons they didn't get around to you, and that's okay. Just live and let live type beat, If you draw 2 drawings at the end of ArtFight and then decide you're kind of over it, that's so chill. You still played, and all that matters is that you had fun and made art that you enjoyed. It never hurts to make an account, even if you barely do anything. Which brings us to our final point. Tip number 5. Let ArtFight be fun. That's kind of been the whole point of the video, but I feel the need to emphasize it. ArtFight can be a challenge if you want it to be, but it shouldn't be grueling. When you get out your drawing tablet or your sketchbook or your phone or whatever you draw with, your reaction should be, I can't wait to draw this OC, this is so fun. If it's, I have to draw some more stupid OCs again, maybe take a step back. Draw something for yourself or don't draw anything at all. Remember, ArtFight is what you want it to be. If it's not fun, you're just going to have a terrible time and dread July next year. You shouldn't hate something you do as a hobby. Art is, say it with me now, supposed to be fun. So have fun! And also, if the event is in any way affecting your health negatively, that is, as I said earlier, mental or physical, take a break. Your attacks can wait. Drink water, go find something else to do, anything. Again, fun event. Not a requirement in the art community. Do whatever you want. Before I show you around the ArtFight website, let me talk about what I'm drawing really quick. I thought it'd be cool to make a sort of artfightsona. The teams come out the day after this video comes out, so I don't really have a theme to go off of. Therefore, this is kind of my ArtFighter's default fit. And honestly, I'm kind of in love with this design, specifically the colors. I've been reaching for a lot more muted colors or very monochrome color palettes lately, so this was a breath of fresh air that I really needed. I tried to show all the important angles of my fighter's design, mainly the front, the back of the cloak, and their really cool little tattoos. I imagine when they use their powers, the tattoos turn black. Speaking of their powers, here's how I think they work. Basically, when the powers get activated, there's a little ring of stars that just kind of float around. Kind of like the Fukuoka girl trend, if anyone remembers that. Then my little fighter shoots off 1 star at a time. I'm sure this would come with some sort of cooldown or something. I also imagine each color of star does something a little different. Like the little yellow ones are sort of explosives and the purple ones are acid or something along those lines. I gave my fighter a little earpiece. I didn't really have any reasoning for this. I kind of felt like it. I thought it'd look cool. The little patches on the poncho are for the teams I was in years prior. So we've got Stardust from 2024 and Crystals from 2025. I don't really know this year's theme, obviously, so it's a big question mark right now. But I'll change that design when I have the new team. I also have a little 3 because it's my 3rd year doing art fight and such. A lot of the design is, unfortunately, roll of cool, and boy, does my Sona look cool. So yeah. The paint splatters were kind of a last-minute decision, but they look sick and make it look a lot more like he's been in an actual fight. Now, I think it's about time to go put the Sona on the website. Okay, this is my ARTFIGHT account. If you haven't made an account yet, you just go to artfight.net and make one. Here you see my description, and my pronouns are wrong, so let me fix that really quick. But I keep it pretty short and sweet. I'm not very good with like all those little text embeds and HTML stuff and coding, so I just kind of typed this in, put it in Comic Sans, and called it a day. And then this links to my friend Stan's profile as well. And then if we go over here, I have some characters. I have these 3 new designs from my last video. A couple old drawings that I'm planning on replacing, you know, just the stuff, basically. So if you want to go make a new character, you're going to go up here to submit character. And I'll be adding my artfightsona, so let me just put art. And obviously you can add as much as you want. Permissions, so if you have anything you don't want people to do with, especially one character specifically, you'll put that here. Okay. Now that I have the image downloaded, you go main image. This will be the image that people see when they click on it. So I'm gonna click this guy. That's my artfightsona, obviously. And then the thumbnail image, you'll put in your image, and then it'll give you this special screen where you can pick what part of your drawing you want the thumbnail to show. I think I like this. I think that looks pretty cool. I did create this image. Obviously, if you didn't, if you had a friend draw it or something, you'll put no, and then you'll put their art username, easy peasy. Tags. So this is just anything related to your character. And I'll just only put a few. But if your character needs a content filter, which you can click yes, if they do, if there's gore, body horror, nudity, suggestive themes, eye strain, sensitive content, make sure you click, you know, whatever is fitting. Obviously this character is safe for work, so we don't need content filters. Yeah, you know, you can read all this stuff on your own time as well. But then you just click submit character, and then look, there she is. He looks so cool, so Sigma, so skibbity. But now, if we go to my characters and we scroll down, oh, there they are. You can submit characters this way too, specifically when you go to the drop down and then click characters. And now I can go down here and I can move this character up to wherever I want, so we'll put them up here, and then we have all the rest of my OCs that kind of go after that. And then yeah, there's the submit new character sheet, and then you do have to save the sort order. You can also bookmark characters, so if you go into discover, this is what I was talking about earlier, you can browse characters or new members or attacks, or you could get a random character and it'll just pop up. Oh look, that's so cool. Yeah, and then if you like it, you can bookmark, and then you just go to your bookmarks and you can see all the, all the characters you have, you know, bookmarked you were interested in. And then you can also look at random users, but yeah. And then you go to the Discord, you need help, you go here. And obviously when ArtFight comes around, you'll go to submit, and then there'll be a part that says attack, and you'll be able to fill all that stuff out. I might do a little YouTube short basically explaining how to submit an attack for anyone that's not sure, but that is all there is to it. Very easy, very, very simple. And that's all there is to it. Sorry if I got a little soapboxy, but I hope you enjoyed anyways. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and check out my art fight, all the good stuff. I know I said not to attack creators, but I doubt I'm getting more than 70 views on this, so I don't think I really count. I'll see you next time. Transmission over.